Hello everyone, am I audible? If any one of you can tell me if you can see me or if you can hear me. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know this. So I think we'll wait if some people join us and then we will start. Right. So I hope you all saw that notification on Instagram about being live. So yeah, I hope just wait for some time. Okay. So till time others join, I think I can just give you a small introduction about me. I'm Dr. Sakshi, and I have been training people for their entrances, NET, CUET, and all those things. And specifically, we would be talking about CUET today, right? And not psychology specific, but we will be talking about the reasoning part, okay, logical reasoning and other things that come. We would be talking about this. So, uh, and also, I obviously on a YouTube live, I cannot tell you that, okay, these are the questions that would come or something. But surely I can tell you that this is how we solve them, right? So, we would be talking about the mathematical reasoning, which includes certain mathematical formulas and some basic formulas, which usually you are aware of. But because we are not practicing, uh, we tend to forget them and we are not able to recall them. So I would be focusing on some of those formulas and then some of the tips and tricks of logical reasoning. So I think we have already waited for 2 minutes and it's going to be 3 minutes soon. So we would just wait till the clock touches three and like 3 minutes, and we would start with understanding the mathematical reasoning questions, so that okay, these are the methods through which you can do them. And if you have any question in between, if you think, okay, that okay, this is something which is missing, you can always put in the chat box. I'm receiving your messages, I can see them, and I will try to solve them. um so I think, yeah, I think we can start. So let us start with mathematical formulas and reasoning. Okay. And within mathematical formula and reasoning, there are different types of questions that we get. Mathematical formulas and reasoning is a broad thing. And this live would not only help people with CUET, but it would also help people who are aiming at NET net. Okay, because this is the similar pattern of questions that is there also. In addition to that, only the difficulty level increases. Otherwise, the type remains the same. So first type of question that is there is basically the series completion, and within series completion you will get number of things, like we have prime number series, we have difference series, we have multiplication series, and we have division series. So when a series will there, you will see that series, so you can check these things. Okay, while you get these series, you can check these things in those series. So the first form that comes is where you see that it is divisible by one or itself only. Okay, that is one type of series, so that is easy to identify. So it will start with 2. Okay, then prime number is 3. So prime number is any number which is only divisible by itself. Then we have difference series. Now difference series means numbers presented by skipping certain numbers. For example, I put 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. Now, in this 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, you will see there's a difference of 3. 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. So, this is called as difference series. And then we have multiplication series. Multiplication series means that the next number is basically a certain multiple. So let's suppose the series given is 2, 8, 32. Any guesses what would be the common thing? 2, 8, 32. So what we will do is first we'll try to find the relationship between first and second number 2 and 8. It is multiplied by 4. 2 for the 8. Then we see the relationship between 8 and 32. 8 into 4 is 32. This is multiple series. There could be a possibility like I have 2, I have 6, I have 8, I have 10. Okay. This seems to be the addition series, like addition as in division of 2 also, or add of 2, like 2, 4, 6, 8. And it is a table of 2 also, 2, 2 to the 4, 4, 2, 3, the 6, 2, 4, the 8. Or we might have 5, 10, 15 like this also, or we can have single number multiplied by other things. So let's suppose uh 5, 10, 15. It is 5 into 1, 5, 5 into 2, 10. Okay, that is also something possible. Or we can have one number multiplied by different numbers multiplied by same number. The example would be, so let's suppose the answer is 4 only. So first of all, 1 multiplied by 4, 2 multiplied by 4, 3 multiplied by 4. Different numbers multiplied by same thing. Or the example I give you, that whatever the smallest number is, it becomes x, and x into 4. So first digit in my series was 2. So 2 into 4 is 8. Now 8 into 4 is 32. 32 into 4 will be 128. So this is how the series can also increase. Then comes the division series. In division series, usually the next number is the divider of previous number. So, for example, let's suppose the series is 120 divided by, let's suppose, and then whatever the answer is 20, it is there. Then 4. Okay, 120, 20, 4. Okay, now what is happening? When you divide 120 by 6, the answer is 20. When you divide 20 by 5, the answer is 4. When you divide 4 by 4, it is 1. So you will see the dividend, which is the number in the denominator, is decreasing in a series. So it is also a form of series that you can get. So usually in division series, this problem is there. But yes, these are the tricky series that you get. Then you can also get series of n square minus 1. So let's suppose the series is 0. Okay. Uh 0, 3, 8, 15. 0, 3, 8, 15. So 1 into 1, 1 minus 1, 0. 2 into 2, 4 minus 1, 3. 3 into 3, 9 minus 1, 8. 4 into 4, 16 minus 1, 15. This became a series n square minus 1. Then in this similar pattern, there is a series called as n square minus n. So let's suppose this series is 0, 2, um, 0, 2, 6, 13, 22. 0, I'm repeating it. 0, 2, 6, 13, 22. So this is n square minus n. So 1 square 1 minus 1, 0. 2 square 4 minus 2 is 2. 3 square 9 minus 3 6. 4 square 16 minus 4. So this is n square minus n. The digit whose square is there would be subtracted from the answer, right? So this is another form of series called as n square n. So these are the major series that you will get. Okay, now there is also something that is there to the letter 1, okay, which is called as the analogical coding. In analogical coding, they give you that, okay, certain alphabet represents certain alphabet and you have to find the code particular word. So let's suppose there's a particular coding given. Let's suppose they say B is T, E is A, L is B, O is L. Now find line. So whatever code is given above, you have to find it according to the thing. They can also use the coding. There's a specific pattern coding also. So let's suppose Earth, EARTH, is coded as THTREAE, opposite. So how the posted would be coded? So as we saw, Earth is then written just opposite. So posted would also be written opposite. Okay, this is how the series this coding can work. Coding can also come in statements. Okay, so maybe this question is basically when a particular code statement is coded. So let's suppose when an entire statement will be coded, for example, certain code or the term, let's suppose uh, he is late. Okay, let's suppose he is late is written as do re me, DOREME. He is late is written as DOREME. And she is early is written as famale, FAMELA. So if you have to write he leaves soon, how would you write down? Okay, or let's suppose they also, so they would be give you that permutation and combination so that codes can be written, like the example I give you. Maybe it might not be a wrong question because I asked you he leaves soon and we only would have code for he. So let's suppose they have given code for the he leaves soon also, that is sotida, so T and da. So now from these three codes or the statement, you have to find out what does late stand for. So this is also coding questions. Then we have classification questions also. Classification questions, may we classify them according to the similarity and dissimilarity based on the numbers and items. Okay, like finding odd one out. Then we have analogy also. Analogy basically means that there's a particular relationship is given, and from that relationship another relationship has to be identified. So camel is to desert, fish is to sea, water, ocean, whatever is something that needs to be there. Or giant is to draft, and genius is to, that relationship has to be there. Then there are questions related to your blood relations also. Okay, now in this blood relation you have to understand that certain relationships have to be given names, like father's is grandfather, father's mother is grandmother, father's brother is uncle, grandfather's son can be either your father or your uncle, grandfather's only father would be your father. Okay, um then we have father's sister would be aunt. Then children of your uncle and your aunt would be your, or your aunts from maternal or paternal, would be your cousins. Then your uncle's wife is aunt, husband of your aunt would be uncle, sister's husband would be brother-in-law, brother's wife would be sister-in-law, wife's brother would be brother-in-law, brother's son would be nephew, brother's daughter would be niece, um, grandsons or granddaughters children, be a son be a daughter, would be great grandchild. Or so son's wife would be daughter-in-law. So these are some of the relationships. These are called as family relationship. And then according to the question comes. So question like X seeing a photo says that he is whatever statement comes up. So this is how you identify the relationship. Then we have direction sense. We have north, we have south, we have east, we have west. We have northeast, that is between north and east. We have southeast, that is between east and south. We have southwest, that is between west and south. And we have northwest, that is between north and west. And accordingly, we say, okay, the X moved towards north, then turned right, then turned left, and accordingly, you have to see where you are turning and what directions are going on. Certain questions, certain pointers to be kept in mind while you're solving these direction questions. At sunrise, if the man is facing towards east, the shadow will fall towards west. Uh, in sunset, okay, during sunset, the shadow would always be at east, because east, when east is there, it would be west, and sunset pe it would always be opposite west. If facing north, okay, shadow during sunrise will be on the left, and during sunset it would be towards right, and at 12 noon there would be no shadow. I'm repeating these points. At sunrise, man facing if the man is facing towards east, his shadow will be towards west. At sunset, the shadow is always at east. If facing north, shadow during sunrise would be on left, and during sunset it would be during right. And there is no shadow during 12 noon. These are certain points that to be kept mind while you are working with your directions, because usually these questions come. Now we have basic arithmetic questions where you should know the formula of percentage. I hope you are aware x upon 100 into 100. You should know ratios. X is to y is x upon y. X percent means x upon 100 into whatever uh, number is. So 70% means 70 upon 100 into 100 if paper was of 100 marks. So that is there. Then mean sum of x upon n is there. There is also questions related to time, speed, and distance. So you must know speed equals to distance upon time, and all your formulas would be derived from this only. So speed is equal to distance upon time. Percentages, you know. Um, there is also profit and loss questions that come. So for profit and loss, gain equals to SP minus CP, selling price minus cost price. In gain, your selling price would always be higher than your cost price, while in loss, it would be cost price minus selling price. So your cost price would always be higher. There's a gain percentage questions also. Gain into 100 upon CP, or loss into 100 upon CP. If you're doing gain into 100 upon CP, it's gain percentage. If it is loss percent, then it's loss into 100 upon CP, that is loss percentage. Okay. You also have question of time and work. Okay. So if A do, let's suppose is a person who's completing a particular work in 10 days. Okay. So w- the in one day, it is 1 upon n. Whatever amount of work has been done in 10 days, one would be 1 upon n. Okay. So this is how the time and work has to be taken care. You will also get questions of train, like train is moving in opposite direction at this speed, at what point they would meet. So that is also there. Sometimes you can simply draw the diagram and it would be easier for you to work. We have simple interest questions also. Simple interest is called PRT into 100. So I divided by 100. Okay. um Compound interest also, but CUT has come of less questions of compound interest. And basic formulas of areas and perimeters you should remember, like rectangle and L into P. Areas of 4, walls of a room would be 2 into L plus B into H. We have square, side square also. So all these formulas are also very important while you're talking about the um, formulas. Okay. Any questions till now? If you have any question, you can always put it in the chat box, right? As I will able to answer them also. And yeah, that is something which is there. So this was all mathematical formula and reasoning, right? That what all formulas are there, what all reasoning questions are there, that is there. Now the another thing which I was talking to you, which is also asked, is called as logical reasoning, right? Now while I talk about logical reasoning, uh, it also have different categories. Okay, like the first thing that comes is basically the argument. Okay, now argument has different elements. When I talk about argument, it has premise, it has uh, conclusion, and it has inference. So when I talk about premise, premise is basically it is a proposition, okay, that would give you an evidence to support the conclusion. And conclusion is the main point that is there on the premise. And then there's an inference. Inference is basically drawing conclusion of whatever you have from premise, then you connect the evidence, and all these things becomes the part of your logical reasoning. Okay, so in this you will get questions, right? Like I think when you talk about logical reasoning doesn't have any formula, it doesn't have any uh, method. So the best way which I also used to do when I used to solve logical reasoning questions was I would use Venn diagrams. Okay, like let's suppose there are two premises. Four conclusions can be drawn from these premises, and you have to select the code that which one is correct, right? So premises are that all saints are religious. Okay, some honest persons are saint. So you will have to make a Venn diagram. So all saints are religious. So that means religious as a trait is bigger circle as compared to saint, because there could be a possibility that a person who's not a saint can also be religious, but all saints are religious. So religious would be a bigger circle. Within that, there would be saint. And then some honest persons are saint. That means all saints are not honest person, but within that saint, there would be honest person also. So the question comes, all saints are honest. Let's suppose the one of the option is all saints are honest. Now, according to my Venn diagram, no, all saints are not honest because some honest person are saint. Okay, so some honest person are saints, right? All saints are not honest. Then some saints are honest. Some saints are honest. Yes, some saints do are honest. Some honest people are religious also, because some honest people are saints and all saints are religious. Yes, some honest people would also be religious, and all religious person are saint, sorry, honest, no. So the first and the third statement which I told you are best for premise. So now the best thing is that best way is basically that is doing Venn diagram. Nothing can help you better in these logical questions. Okay, so these are the types of logical reasoning questions that usually are there in your CUET. Okay, if you need any guidance, if you have any question, please drop on chat box. Okay, so it seems we do not have any major questions regarding this. Usually question people ask me that how to get them correct, how to get them these questions correct. The only method to get them these questions correct is by practicing. Practice is the key. If you're not practicing these questions, you will never able to get them correct. Okay, trust me, when you talk about logical questions, I took ages to understand them by making Venn diagrams. So the trick which I always use, and I believe that it works with everyone, is drawing Venn diagrams. I think that's wonderful. It do wonders. So for logical reasoning, it's always draw Venn diagrams. Nothing can help you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think you all got a major crux of how these logical reasoning questioning would basically be working and how they would be helpful. And if you have any question, you can always put in your comment boxes. I would be answering them personally. And you can also put some questions if you find, okay, I'm not able to find the answer to this question, you can always put it. So, yeah, thank you. And I hope this stream was helpful for you. See you some other